Hi, this is Ruth Brenner. I'm here with Bob Lind, known as Robert Lind. Was your first full name?
Robert. I don't have a middle name, so it's just Robert. If you want to call me Ruff or Bob, that's fine.
Okay.
I went by the nickname all them high school years as Ruff.
Ruff. And why did you have that nickname, Ruff?
I'll tell you what. Guess who gave that to me? Our doctor years ago, Dr. Saban.
Oh.
He said when I was 6 months old, he came and I had a sickness of some kind. Anyway, I lifted my leg up to him and I scratched him on the cheek. I said, "How could I scratch you on the cheek when my toenails were that soft?" But he claims that.
Oh, okay. So that's how you got the nickname Ruff
That's
Lind.
how I got the name. Right. So
Now, you're 88 years old.
I'm 88 years old. I'm probably one of the older, maybe the oldest native here in town. 88. I can't think of anybody a real native that's been here all his life, and didn't even move out of town. I commuted to Greeley and back for 33 years at Home Light and Power and Public Service of Colorado. And so I worked over there 33 years, and then I went into carpentry in the second year after I retired, and so I've been blessed. I really have.
So, there's a few people that said you're kind of famous at the old high school for your ball handling skills and your sport skills. So why didn't you tell us, the kids who watched this, about?
I just did what I had to do, and if it wouldn't have been for sports, I don't know whether I'd made it through school. But no, I really was blessed that I could do football, basketball, and track, and get honors in basketball and track.
Okay. What year did you graduate from Windsor High School?
I graduated in 1949.
Okay. So which gym floors did you play on? Did you play in the pit?
Pardon?
Which did you play in the old basketball pit down?
In the dungeon. Yeah, it was in the pit, and we excel better in a larger gym, which they found out in our playoffs that we could play better in the larger gym because we had good speed and fast break and good ball handling. So that's what our coach Gene Martin stressed. And not too much shooting. Ball handling, got to work it in because they didn't have the three-point shots at that time.
Okay. So can you describe for the kids and people that are watching this what the pit or the dungeon look like and where it's located?
Well, if it's still there, I don't know. Don't even know whether it's even there. They used to use it for a wrestling match way down in the basement. Well, it was a basement type affair. So anyway, but that's all we had, and then a year later, after I graduated, they had a new gym. So I missed it by 1 year.
Okay, and that's the gym that still stands at Windsor Middle School, right?
That's correct. That's
okay.
correct. Yeah.
And that was built in 19...
They used that in the fall of 1950.
Okay. So the pit, or the dungeon as you nicknamed it, is still there. It's in the condemned older part of Windsor Middle School that was the old high school, and it's under the stage and in the back. So how did they seat people in there? Because when you go in there...
It was just jammed. I'm sure it was against the fire laws that we have. They just jammed them in there. They didn't take a count, and they had 2 rows of seats down below, and I don't remember what they had up above. They had, like a balcony, and I don't know how many people watched our games. I wouldn't have no idea. So compared to nowadays.
Yeah. So So from the 40s then, and to when you graduate in 49, some of the students are going to be researching the 60s, the decade. What do you remember about the 60s? So you were
Not too much. I was a workaholic when I was in my 60s.
1960, the decade.
That's right, 1960. I got married in 52, so
Supporting family.
so I was work. So I didn't. That's all I knew. I loved to do that with my hands. I'm glad I had these two good hands to do a lot of things. So anyway, I was blessed for that, Ruth. I was really blessed.
Okay. So what kinds of music and TV shows did your kids do or watch?
I like polka music, and also country western, and I like country western shows. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know this, but I love to watch World War II movies. I would watch the news when I was growing up during the 40s, and that so interested me was the 1942 to 45 movies. Well, I should say 41.
The 41 to because they didn't have movies on.
They had all the news about the war
on the radio.
At the movie.
Oh, at the movie theater.
At the movie theater. They showed that first, and then they presented the movie.
Okay, so Windsor had a movie theater downtown then, or did you go to Greeley?
We had a movie theater downtown, and in a way, I don't know whether, top of my head, I can't think. G.I. Richards? Yeah, G.I. Richards owned the mortuary and the movie theater, and maybe felt sorry for we Lynn boys because he gave us a job sweeping the sidewalk out front and free tickets to see all the movies.
Wow.
All the movies that we could see, and we had to usher the people down the aisle with a flashlight. That was our job.
That's a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So then, kids nowadays don't realize that there wasn't TVs in the 40s, and then in the 50s, so you got your news when you went to the movie theaters.
That's when I got all mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when did the TVs come out? In the early 50s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
mid-50s.
I don't even recall. I think the first TV I watched was over in Greeley at the person I worked for, Jake Snyder. He was a contractor, and he had a TV downstairs, and that was the first movie or first TV I ever seen.
Okay. Wow.
I was fascinated.
Fascinated, for sure. So, in the 60s, you were working. How many kids did you have by then?
Let's see. Kathy was born in 55. 1, 2, 3. I had 3.
3 girls.
Yes.
And what was school and life like for them?
They loved it. Yeah. They grew up. Well, let's go back to me. I grew up when the town was around 1,300 people.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up when the town was about 1,500. So there wasn't too much difference there. Only about 200 change. So they loved school. We loved our little town. Mm-hmm. And there's good and bad things about the town growing like it did. So we don't want to get into that because I
can't change it.
Can't change it, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So, what values and activities that you had from that time would you want kids in the future to, or the present day, to know about and take with them?
Well, they should. We have so much disrespect for discipline. They're, you know, I feel sorry for most of the teachers. They cannot even put their hand on a pupil. I'll tell you what we got, and maybe it's good and maybe it's bad. But in the second grade, I can remember we were a little ornery. We start rolling marbles up the aisle to exchange one marble to another to somebody else. And in a way, what we got on that was a paddling from a wood paddle. So
For rolling a marble.
yeah. So in a way, I thought that was going too far, but I nowadays I think they should have more. Maybe it's the parents that, and I'm sure it is, because both of them are working nowadays. Probably 95% are. So the kids run more loose.
Yeah. Well, back then, you know, I mean, nowadays parents work to provide for their children. Back then, the bigger the family, the more money you were able to make. Why was that?
The bigger, well, got to get them out in the field. I have to tell you, working in the field.
Yeah, you were one of how many children?
Not many. Well, I'm one of 14
siblings.
Siblings in our family, in a way. And I'll tell you, nowadays, I tell people that, and they can't hardly believe that after I graduated in 1949, graduated on a Friday night, Monday morning, I was out in the beet field with my, I think there were 5 of us out in the beet field. Sister Wilma, the baby was too young. So it was 5 of us still out in the beet field when I graduated in the fall, that would be the spring of 49.
So what did you do with your first paycheck? And I'm sure you got one before the fall, the spring of 49.
We handed it over to Mom.
Okay.
I helped Mom till I was 21 years old, and then I got married. But I was 21, and 2/3 of my paycheck was gone to Mom. 2/3.
So, which she used to...
Well, she needed that for an income, you know, because she wasn't, all she got was old age pension. So, yes.
That's admirable. That's a good story. So, before we close, is there any other stories or things you want to tell me about?
Well, I think the children nowadays, they're so blessed that they have so many opportunities on, you know, I'm sports minded. They have so many opportunities to play so many different sports. I mean, we didn't even have girls' sports out there yet.
Yeah.
And look what they have today. And a variety of them. What do they have? 8, 10 different sports? Evidently. So I hope they realize how blessed they are. That's all I can say. And they should feel blessed, Ruth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks, Ruff, for your time.